Netflix, you have done it again. But to be fair, BBC didn't have it first, really. Okay, so, but I do applaud Netflix for buying out, Black Mirror. Okay, so I'm going to be reviewing Black Mirror's Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2, Nosedive and Playtest. I'm going to be reviewing 2 episodes each. My next video is going to be of Episodes 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6, so pretty much. So if you know anything about Black Mirror, it's a great, BBC television series. I was on the BBC, now it's owned by Netflix now. It's crazy, I know. But what they would do is an anthology series involving one technology. They advance in technology. You have the first season, which is actually the only one that's set in the present day, which I think it hit a lot of people close to home about, how they dealt with the Prime Minister and all that stuff. But that was really interesting. And then you have the second episode, which is like very futuristic, and that one actually stars the guy who's in Sicario, and the guy who's going to be in the new Key and Peele movie, not Key and Peele, just Peele, Jordan Peele. I know that's so weird calling him just that. Jordan Peele's directorial debut, Get Out. He's going to be the lead star in that. And then you have Toby Kebbell, which is absolutely fantastic. His own storyline is going to be adapted into a movie. I really hope Toby Kebbell, is in that movie. It's going to be produced by Robert Downey Jr. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. is going to star in it as a lead role. Who knows? But I really hope Toby Kebbell keeps it up because he's amazing. Then you have Season 2. Season 2 is my personal favorite of Black Mirror. I think it's absolutely fantastic. You have Haley Atwell, and Darnell Gleason, actually. That one's so emotional and so moving. I really love that one. And then you have the one where, they have the Christmas special. I think the Christmas special also kind of blends in with that one as well. I'm not too sure. But honestly, Season 2 is an amazing work. I really like that season a lot. But in Season 3, you have a whole new direction to go for. You have a whole new structure outline. Everything's different. You can cuss more. You can show more sex. You can talk about a lot of things. Again, Black Mirror was always pushing the boundaries with satire about technology. I think it's no different here. They both completely handle that really well. You do see some American actors. It's not all a place in Britain. There are some Britain actors, though. They're really good in here, UK actors. Yeah, you host the first episode, Season 3, Nosedive, which I'm going to start off with. You have Bryce Dallas Howard, Alice Eve. Those are only 2 I know. But it's also directed by Joe Wright, which is weird because he's also a Britain director. But that's how I guess I keep it in the family. This is probably the best thing Joe Wright has done since 2011 because he's been, off and down. But I really think this is amazing. I love Bryce Dallas Howard. I always said for the longest time, she's a great actress. I love her in The Village. She's great. She's the best thing in that. She's great in Mandalay, even though I believe that Nicole Kidman's Dogville is way better. But I think she's really good in that. And she was fine in Jurassic World. I like her a lot. And The Help too. The Help, she was amazing. And she's hateful in The Help. But she's really, really good at it. The one thing I want to point out though, I'm looking at the IMDb page right now. Rashida Jones wrote this episode. That is crazy. I can't get it through my mind that Ann Perkins from Parks and Rec wrote this screenplay. Well, actually, though, she also produced Hot Girls Wanted for Netflix, and she's writing the screenplay for Toy Story 4. So there's that. No, but I really think Rashida Jones is an all-talented woman. She is absolutely fantastic. And the script in this is amazing. Like I said, Bryce Dallas Howard, you just see the decline in her. It's just amazing. So you're probably thinking, what's it about? Again, it's a satire on how we use, technology, cell phone usage, the amount of times that we are restricted to the way that people look at us, how much likes we can get on, any type of social movement app or whatever the fuck people use. It's amazing. Oh yeah, they do cuss a lot on this one, which I'm not really getting used to because Black Mirror never really focused on cussing. But again, it's on Netflix now, though. You can throw an F word here and there once in a while. We don't care. And I do like the world that they set. This is the great thing about Black Mirror. They set up the best type of world that you want to live in. I felt this one was much more closer to the one that Toby Kebbell was in because you do have the eye one where you go, but it's not the same thing. It's not like a memory thing. It's mainly Instagram for your eye. You can take pictures with the phone, and then you can make people like you. Give you 5. The rating system and how it goes is 5 stars. The more 5 stars you get, the more popular you are. And again, that's such a irrelevant way of saying in today's day and age, we are so reliant on pop culture. We're so reliant on getting the most likes. We're getting so much. Again, it's like that. And I did a paper on this in high school, which I kind of explained it because I'm not the most popular kid, but I understand why it's so meaningful for young teenage, kids to go through all that stuff. And I wasn't involved with it. But I look at this and I'm all like, wow, there is not much difference between teenage kids and adults in this set of world, because it's not. And there's a scene in here where Bryce Dallas Howard hitchhikes and she gets picked up by a truck driver, and that's a great scene to have that tells you a kind of system way. It is also very funny. I think this is absolutely a very funny start. Rashida Jones too, like I said, I give her a lot of credit. She is writing a very strong female character in Bryce Dallas Howard. And again, I don't want to just put it on her too. Yeah, Charlie Brooker, who also, is the creator of Black Mirror. He has the most greatest concept or ideas, and he creates a great science fiction world that he is building. But it's up to Rashida Jones to bring in a much more emotional and impactful view on characters that you because you can't have any emotion to because you're not in the same time frame. But it's up to that writer and that director, Joe, right here, to complex the characters, to make them feel more real. I don't like Alice Eve as an actress or as a person. She's alright, I guess. She's whatever. But I thought she was terrible. I don't mean terrible as in character wise. I think she's terrible acting wise. I think she's absolutely god awful in this goddamn thing. And again, that's another British actress in here. Okay, well, I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, she's fine. I mean, again, she's okay. But Bryce Dallas Howard is absolutely fantastic in this. I really love it a lot. Okay, so Nosedive, I give about a 10. I really like this first episode. Let's move on to the second one. The second one is Playtest, starring Wyatt Russell, actually, which is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son. He's been having a good career with himself. He was in Cold in July, who was great in that. He was also great in 22 Jump Street. He was really funny in that. And he does bring some humor into this. I thought for most of it, he was pretty good. There were some scenes where he kind of milked it a little bit too much. I thought, kind of went on for a little long. So I actually think this one is probably the most interesting one that I have towards any of the other Black Mirror. This is probably the best concept that I think they've had on Black Mirror, because you have Dan Trachtenberg directing this. And if you know anything about Dan Trachtenberg, he made 10 Cloverfield Lane this year, but he's also made the Portal 2 short film. And again, you see that he has a big, heavy influence on video games. If Spielberg wasn't directing Ready Player One, I think Dan Trachtenberg might have gotten that gig, because he is a masterful storyteller when it comes to video games. Video games to me, are an escape for young teenage boys to, get away from their everyday life who doesn't have a lot of friends. I think that's great. I love how he adds in Hannah John Kamen, which is plays this woman who is a gamer. She has a lot of video games. I thought, wow, that's something we don't really see a lot in television. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So what this thing is, Wyatt Russell, he is a traveler. He's he's a tourist, but he doesn't have enough money to get back to the States. So what he has to do is he has to go to this company so they can give him money so they can test him on this new, video game operation, VR headset type of situation. But they want to go beyond that. They want to go make it actually real. That whole entire glove kinetic thing where you go you're very interactive with yourself, with the game itself. I still think that's the most interesting thing we've had in Black Mirror. I love that sequence a lot. I think the whole entire idea of this thing is brilliant, because you go into this whole entire motivation of, it's just a straightforward guy is down on his luck, he needs money, he's just gonna do this random job, the thing's gonna turn on him, it's gonna knock it. No, this is a freaking horror film. And Dan Trachtenberg, again, to his credit, is a great director of suspense, building that suspense, because this thing moves. Again, these things are only an hour long, they're not that too long, but this thing moves, and it's pretty badass. The other actors in here that I think do deserve a shout out to are Katie, who plays the lead. I don't want to. She plays like the lead person who's actually the main person, putting Wyatt Russell through these rigorous activities. I think she's great. Again, Charlie Brooker, he's the guy who came up with the idea. He's the main creator of I can't want to call it Orphan Black. No, it's Black Mirror, different Black. It's amazing. I like it a lot. And the ending to this is the most suspenseful and heartbreaking ending I have seen in a Black Mirror. I still believe Haley Atwell's and Donna Gleason is the best one, but this is really close. So again, I give this one a 10 out of 10. For me personally, it's a lot more easier to give TV shows a 10 out of 10, because I think I usually just have a scale of 1 to 10. Like literally, that's just it, 1 or 10 when it comes to TV shows. Because honestly, a TV show's job is to make you want to watch the next episode. And that's the only job that it has. And if you can succeed in that, yeah, it's a 10. And that's what I give Orphan Black every single time when I watch an episode, even though it's not an anthology series, no matter what. Even though some episodes are, you know, here and there, I go like, eh. The only one I again, go back and forth on is, that's not consistent, is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead to me goes up and down with 5s, 6s, and 7s, and 8s, and 10s. But sometimes there are episodes where I go, yes. There do come a point where you are watching it just for the sake of watching it. Like, again, I can easily stop watching Black Mirror and say, I'm done. But that's the thing about anthology series, is that if the show is good enough to make you want to go, I want to see the next episode, it gets a 10, because it's that simple. A 1 is where you just give up and you say, I'm done with it. I don't want to watch it anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Epoisode. Again, Nosedive a 10, Playtest a 10. Black Mirror, Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. Great, fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Epoisode. Leave a comment down below. Click the like button, subscribe. Have a great day. Check you guys later. And see you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.